Say the words Iskandar Malaysia and you will get vastly different reactions. On one hand, many people say that the glory days of Johor is over, using words like overhyped and overbought. Yet, many MNCs have staked their claims in South Johor, banking on its fortune. We asked Medini Iskandar Malaysia CEO Dato' IR Khairil Anwar the latest on the ground. Okay, Dato', thank you so much for agreeing to interview with us. So first of all, before we start, can you briefly explain to us what is Medini Iskandar Malaysia about, and where is Medini located? People seems to be a bit confused between different parts in down south Johor.
Okay, so let me start by sharing with you where Medini is located. Yeah? As you may know, the Iskandar Malaysia region is a very large area. And when the Comprehensive Development Plan was launched in 2007, there were 5 flagship zones which were identified in the plan. And Zone A is the Johor Bahru City, Zone B Nusa Jaya, Zone C Tanjung Pelepas, Zone D Pasir Gudang, and Zone E centered around the Senai Airport. So we are located in Zone B, which is Nusa Jaya, now known as Iskandar Puteri. It's very close to the second crossing, second bridge to us. And Medini is a township within Zone B, because Zone B is about 24,000 acres, and the Medini township is about 10% of that, 2,300 acres. So the township was established by Khazanah in 2007 with the intention of developing an international destination for mixed development. So our township was established with a particular strategic plan, which is to attract investors to come and invest in the township. So what we did was in 2008, we started the infrastructure work, and we completed all the infrastructure within the township in 2011. And when I say infrastructure, I mean all the hard infrastructure, meaning the roads and the drains and the parks and the retention pond, the sewage treatment plant, the power supply, the water reservoir, as well as underground trenches and ducting for underground services, so that you don't see anything above the road. So the strategic plan for Medini, the township at that time, was for the township to be investor ready, meaning to say all the infrastructure is completed. So investors come in to buy different plots, and they would develop their own projects within Medini.
So Dato', what is the ultimate vision of Medini? I just mentioned that you want to be a CBD, Central Business District, and how is that going on so far?
See, what happened was that we sold many of the lands within Medini, but in 2013 the board took another strategic position where the board felt that a lot of the developers who bought lands from us are focusing mainly on residential projects. So there was a decision made that we should not be selling any more of our lands. And it so happens that the lands that we still own were mostly located in what we call Zone B, which is the financial district or business district of the Medini township. So we made a decision at that time that we should kickstart the business district. And so we decided to embark on a development plan where we would develop commercial properties. And these commercial properties would eventually be recognized as the business district within Medini.
Now, Dato', what investment amount has been committed towards the Medini by the investors, not only the Japanese and the Dubai, but other investors coming to Medini as well?
Well, at our level, together with our foreign shareholders, we as a company, we have invested about 1.4 billion in the overall infrastructure, and we are investing about 500 million in our 2 towers, and we are looking at investing in a couple more projects which are being planned right now. Overall, from what we gather from our various partners, I would say about 20 billion, I think, yeah.
That would span for how many years?
20 to 25 years, right. Yeah.
And Dato', if I were to ask, what is your proudest moment for Medini, or proudest achievement so far, what would that be?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think because I've only been the CEO of Medini for about two years plus. I think the proudest achievement so far, I would say is, I can't say one, I would say two. One is the fact that we have started the development of the business district, because I feel that's a very crucial step going forward for the future and potential of Medini as a township. Because with the business district, you have a working population, and therefore there's a living population, and therefore the township will become integrated. And with our plan to develop a smart and sustainable township, we hope that the CBD can be a benchmark for what smart and sustainable communities should look like in the future. Because the Menteri Besar of Johor, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Khalid Nordin, mentioned when he came for the groundbreaking ceremony of our new tower, he said that he would like Medini to take the lead in terms of setting a new benchmark for smart and sustainable development. So that's one. And the other one is the fact that we have taken ownership of the township, because we feel that we need to take ownership of the township. We need to be able to take care of the township and provide, for instance, security services, provide facility management services to always make sure that the township is kept in good shape, and the township is able to provide various services which are expected of a township of international standing. And so to that effect, we have signed joint venture agreements with two public listed companies, with Telekom Malaysia for our ICT network and services, and with UEM Agenta Sunrise, which is a joint venture between UEM Sunrise and UEM Agenta, and that's for the integrated facility management services. So I would say, in answer to your question, it's a double happiness, if you want to say that. One is the fact that we have started the development of the business district, and secondly, the fact that we have embarked on a strategic plan to provide enhanced township management services within Medini.
Dato', when we talk about Iskandar Malaysia or Medini, for instance, or especially something in Johor, some analysts are very bearish on the property market there, and due to the cooling measures and so on. What is your take on this?
I would say that, I mean, you can't deny that the overall property market is quite cautious right now. I think you will see that sales also have slowed down a bit. But you know, I've been in the industry for like 30 years, so it's very cyclical. The property market is always cyclical. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes up again, and it goes up again. So it's you know, if we had a crystal ball, then we can make lots of money for our company, right? But what I want to say is that we as a developer, we are developing commercial projects which are slated for completion 2018, 2019. So we hope by the time our projects are completed, there will be people who will be coming in to work, to occupy our office buildings, and therefore we'll be able to create the demand for the residential projects. In the meantime, we of course, as the master developer, we want to work together with all the other developers who are now doing residential projects to help them in terms of overall strategic marketing initiatives. You know, we want to work with them, for instance, to do a joint roadshow. We always try to help them in terms of enhancing the township services, so that their buyers will see that Medini is a different location. Because we're quite we don't want to say that we want to compete with all the other developers, but we want to create our own identity. We want to create our own brand and our own destination that people will come and see and feel, hang on, this is an interesting place. This is different. The Wi-Fi here is great. The amenities are good. There's a lot of space, a lot of parks. We have 42 parks in Medini. So we feel that by differentiating Medini as a township, buyers will be able to discern the difference between our township and other locations within Iskandar, Malaysia.